Yeah. This is boy Legger. You don't tune into SoloKween at 92.5 FM. Don't touch that dial. She got that fire for you in the Queen's Den. Yeah.
Yes, we back in 16 minutes past the hour of 1 o'clock. Good afternoon to all those tuning in right about now. We locked and loaded in the Queen's Den on YR Youth Radio, the Truth Radio, and it's Wednesday, August 25th. Look how fast the August month just fly past us. I'm telling you, this ain't no joke, you know. But anyway, you don't know, it's all about local Wednesdays. My playlist is strictly local. Everything that we got going on in the studio, in the den today, is all about locals. And I got my special guest in the building. We got G.O.D. Almighty in the building. Yeah. What's up?
Good afternoon, St. Martin. Good afternoon, everybody.
Yes. How you doing?
I'm feeling blessed, happy to be here.
It's been a long time.
Link up with you don't know.
It's all love. It's been
For
a long time. I haven't seen you. How you been?
Man, I've been blessed, happy for health, happy to make good music. With the pandemic and everything going on, you just have to be thankful, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you just have to be thankful. Keep it moving, keep it going no matter what, and you just try to work around the new settings of how life is.
It's weird, no, but we have to be thankful, we have to find a way,
Let me ask you a question, because I always I just ask myself this question, and you're gonna be the first person to ask. What do you think about it when you think look how the world just changed drastically? Did you ever in life as you grew up, because we grew up normal, going to school and everything was normal, but did you ever, expect life to be how it is now?
Why, no. But one thing I always tell myself, no matter what happens, you have to be able to adapt,
True.
So you don't want to be stuck in the same way forever.
Correct.
So no matter even if you don't expect it, only people that are going to survive and be successful is the ones who try to figure out the way how to adapt, you check? And you have to be quick with it.
I love that answer, because I tend to ask myself this, and when I watch, because I ask other few people too, especially those that are in business, not only music, but in other, basically in everything right now that we do. And people are working for themselves now, and you have more entrepreneurs coming up.
Facts.
A lot of people doing their own things now. You have people farming, you have people selling food, people getting deep down into the clothing line. And some people, it's something that I feel like we have been put in a position where if you started to do something and you slow down because you're working and you're doing life normal, you understand? But you're doing what you gotta do. But you started this project, but it didn't come in 100%. And then the pandemic dropped, and then you don't have nothing else to do. And when you turn back to
your project,
and you continue working on that project. So I feel like a lot of people done that. Was it something like that for you?
Definitely. And then even to add on to that, after things get better, this is for everybody. Don't drop those projects, because those are the things that are going to keep you going whenever things get rough, So definitely the pandemic bring me back into the music, because I had stepped away for a long time.
Yes.
And I don't think I'm going to stop now for sure.
For sure. Now let's talk about that, because you see that now. Because I know you as Virus.
For sure.
I don't know you as G.O.D. Almighty.
For sure.
So let me talk about, first of all, because you see now this is two things now, because now we have Virus and we have G.O.D. Almighty. Alright, but I want to start off with Virus, because that was a starting of the whole music scene.
For sure.
Tell us a little bit about you growing up in St. Martin, doing music and with the players around you.
Well, I mean, for sure, back then it was way different than it is now. It was harder to get on the radio. Everything was to get a studio. Everybody have a studio now, but back then it was you had to know the right people, and everybody was going to the same studio, so you would know every artist on St. Martin. And it was kind of hard for rap, because soca was a big thing back then, because St. Martin in early 2000 was a little bit different.
Correct.
But rap still had a strong influence on the island, you check.
Did.
And then I used to look at the other local rappers, I used to look at you, Imagine, Collarbone, For the Haters, everybody, and I used to be inspired, So that really inspired me to start rapping at a young age. And the name Virus just come about just being young in St. Martin.
Yeah,
because it just spreading. Exactly. That's how it started ourselves. And as I get older, the kind of music I was making change, and like me as an individual will change as well. You know, spiritual journey, everything like that. So like as I continue to grow and I see the change in my music, the change in my mindset, I feel like I have to change the name.
Yes.
I feel like I have to change the name.
You know what you call that?
Growth.
Aye.
Had to.
You take the name of growth. Growth. That is a growth because you're right. As you grow, you're getting older. You do change. Your sound change. I feel like that has happened when your perspective changed on the music.
For sure.
Because back in the times you would do music because for fun, it's a hobby and go to the studio. But then when you realize it's like, okay, this could actually feed you. You turn it into a business. And then there's where that transition pass now into like, okay, we gotta do things differently now. And that was the case for
Definitely.
you. Why the name G.O.D. Almighty?
So I went on a spiritual journey, and like I have a team with me, and the G.O.D. stands for greatness over destruction, right?
Greatness over okay.
So it stands for greatness over destruction, but then it's also like a double meaning too because it spells God.
God Almighty. And
I feel like all of us, if we are sons and daughters of the Creator, we're all gods as well.
Correct.
So you have to carry yourself as Almighty, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes we think of ourselves as just like this and that, and we don't carry ourselves to the best that we can.
Correct.
So when you have that name, G.O.D., greatness over destruction, and then Almighty, I'm going to carry myself like that every day.
Yes.
So that's where the name comes from.
I love it. I love it. It's been a long time coming.
For sure.
I remember you done some work with Raynell. You did work with Raynell. Shout out to the folks down at the Face Off Studios.
For sure.
I can remember you also did song with like Mr. and
for
those
sure.
times.
Yep.
Let's talk about the song because you said like over the year you grew up and you do things that are different. How was that? The whole changing of the song. What makes you, want to say? Okay, not the fact that what makes you want to say, but how was it being comfortable, changing to what it is you're doing now and trying to maintain it?
Well, I think the change is like with music, like the more you listen, time change, music change, right?
Correct.
Back then, I was always lyrical, but I never really used to think of like the point of the song and the message of the song. I just used to say anything in the song, that
But
song
right.
cool, yeah. But now, like as you get older, you realize like your words is influence.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Words is power. So now you start to think like, okay, this song cool, but this ain't what it stands for. So I'm not going to say this line.
Correct.
I'll take that out and replace it with something that I actually stand for.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So like that was a whole change. Like back then, the music was fun. We used to go in the studio every time.
Yeah.
Raynell, Mr. Simple Tune, everybody. We used to just be creating, having a good time, and that was like some of the best time because that allowed me to be free as an artist.
Yeah, that's correct.
But I think like as you continue to grow, you have to realize your impact. Cause people gonna be listening to your songs. You have kids, you have women, you have older folks, and you try your best not to like hurt nobody's feelings. You want your music to transition around everybody, right?
I can actually relate now because when I write it now, and again it all depends on the vibe and the song and the music.
Correct.
Just like how you say, back in the days when I used to write, I would write music, just whatever comes, it rhymes and it sounds cool. And then as you grow older, you realize, for you, like you said, okay, I say this for you, but this don't really make sense, or it don't really fit or match. And I also had to maneuver and grow to that part where I sit down and I write in, I want it to make sense. I want to send a message out there. I want it to relate because you want people to listen to it to relate.
Correct.
And just like how you said, you have kids listening, you have women, you have older folks listening. So you try to stay in that middle.
Correct.
Now, is it something that is it difficult maintaining staying in the middle? Trying to have everyone to relate to your music? Yeah,
most definitely. But let me just say this too, like before everybody could relate to your music, you have to relate to it first.
Yes.
Right? So you have to start with yourself. And like some days you might be happy, you go in the studio, make a happy song. You're sad, you make a sad. It's part of being human. You might be upset.
Yeah.
You have to be one with yourself, be comfortable with yourself, and then you can put it out. Because if I'm upset today and I go in the studio and I make a song being upset, tomorrow you may be upset, and when you hear my song, you can relate to it. Some people gonna feel like I could never put this song out because it's not the happy vibe all the time. But you have people that are just like you that go through all these emotions.
Yeah.
So you have to put yourself into the song, and
Correct.
everybody's going to be able to relate to it. You know.
Love it. So we have this new single. The single's called
She Wanna Do It.
She Wanna Do It.
Yep.
Now let's talk about this single, and I see Zav on the beat. Zav got a beat
Yep,
knocking.
Zav got a beat knocking.
And it's so funny, because today, I think I played 2 or 3 songs.
I heard it.
That was produced by Zav.
He taking over.
He all over the
Yep.
place, and it's crazy. And a lot of people wouldn't understand. And I would definitely have to invite him. So if he's listening, or for those that are listening, to let Zav on the beat know, Zav, you will come in one of these days.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That you will
for sure.
come in. And because a lot of people don't realize how hard this guy has been working
for years.
For years. Young. And he worked with a lot of artists, a lot of people on the island. And I feel like he don't get the credit he deserves.
I agree. Definitely agree. Fun fact, Zav, and back then I think the name was Lil Warriors or Lil Soldier.
Lil Warriors.
When I see them perform too, I was young back then. They actually inspired me to start rapping serious when I was a kid. I see them perform, and all of us were the same age, and we probably was like maybe 10 years old back then. And like, these man doing this, you check, so that inspired me. And a couple of my first songs, Zav recorded it back in like 2006, 2007. So
I was in a bedroom, in a room.
Exactly. So shout out to Zav.
A lot of people don't realize how hard this guy has been working.
For sure.
And the credit, because even if he didn't produce it, he was part of the production. You know. And how was that working? Because I know you probably haven't worked with him in a long time.
Yeah.
You don't reside in St. Martin.
No.
I forget to ask you that. So you residing in the States right now.
Queens, New York.
Okay, Queens, New York. And I remember earlier was having a conversation that you're basically was studying
accounting. Went to school for accounting. And I do that as well.
And you do that, and you're living over in New York now. So I know you haven't worked with him or have seen him in a while. So what was it like coming back and then to get back in the studio to work with Zav?
So me and Zav have a relationship because like we cool outside of music, right? And as I say, like he recorded some of my first songs ever, so I feel like it just came back to day one. Like it was so comfortable. Like every song, this song are you about to hear right now, and every other song I have with Zav, we just sit down together and we just build a beat from scratch. We just talk about different concepts and ideas. And then we just make it come to life together. So it's like a dual project between with me and him, and it just feel like so comfortable, you know.
It is actually. I actually do work with him like that too. A lot of the times when I go and I be like, Zav, listen, I got this idea. I don't know what it's because this is a fun fact now about Zav. Nobody didn't know. I joined the Soca Rumble in 2019, and Zav is the one that walked and come up to me because I remember I mentioned it. I made a post on Facebook. Asking if I should join the Soca Rumble. But the comments and the feedback that I had gotten from that status was so crazy that I had no choice but to like, I was like, okay, you know what, I gotta give these people what they want. And Zav saw me, I think a day or two after, and he was like, yo, listen, I don't care what you say, but I ain't gonna make that rhythm for you.
And this is the one WAP?
50
okay,
WAP,
okay.
WAP.
That tune bad, by the way.
Yeah,
that tune bad.
I tell you, he said, and we went in the studio now, and we just built it from scratch. We listened to other rhythms that he had, but then he realized that I wasn't like into those.
Correct.
He was like, okay, you know what, let's start something fresh. I was like, yeah, let's do that.
Correct.
And then from there, that's what we do. So I can relate to the point where you're saying like, he would sit with you and sit down together and talk about it. This song, why the song? How it came about? Is it something that you experienced? Is it something that you could relate to? Tell us a little bit about this new single.
So I think being in St. Martin for sure influenced the song a lot. Because even in the verses, I start out by saying fly out to the tropics. And like I was in St. Martin when I was writing this song. You check, so like fly out to the tropics, girl, if you want it, you got it. Got money, can't fit in my pocket. Like it's just like the time period I was in when I was with Zav. We come up with a beat. We wanted a song for the ladies. Something that ladies could listen to and feel good about, And then I was like, I just in St. Martin, I'm feeling like I'm in paradise right now. So for all the girls, them who want to come to St. Martin, or you should come out here. So I tell them like, yo, she want to do it, like she want to do it for real. She really want to come out to St. Martin. Yeah, she really want to live a certain lifestyle and like she want to do it for real. So I think a lot of women can relate to that song as well. Like, and the dudes can relate to it too, because if she wants to do it for real and you the dude she wants to do it with, you're going to relate to that, you check? So, yeah.
Yeah. I know you have a music video for that.
Correct.
Let's talk a little bit about the idea of the music. The video actually. Who shot the video? Was it you guys yourself did it or you had?
No, so I came up with the whole concept for the video. I had SoloKween, he's from the French side. He shot the video, and then director Cyclone edited it. Yeah, and the people in the video all in from St. Martin as well. I tried to get a St. Martin model for the video. Kind of to keep everything like in-house, you check? Like I had a few people that was hitting me up from the state that wanted to be in the video, but like, nah, there's the first one, it's in St. Martin. I gotta find a girl from St. Martin to be in the video, you know? And the video been doing really good on YouTube. They have about 10,000 views now in like a month, and they're only going up and up. So like, I'm happy for the support. And if you're listening right now, go on YouTube, right in G.O.D. Almighty, she wanna do it. And it's on Spotify, Apple Music, every streaming platform as well.
Okay, then G.O.D. Almighty in the building. I'm telling you, it's all about Local Wednesdays. And I keep stressing on this because look, Local Wednesdays is my favorite show, like the favorite day to do my show. You want to know why? Because I keep it's everything local. Everything that happens on the show on Wednesday is local. Whether if it's music, whether if it's dancing, photography, acting, writing, whether if it's entrepreneurship, business, anything local. And I keep stressing on the fact that St. Martin have a lot of talented individuals out there. And this is the question I want to ask you too, because you know I started to ask this question actually last week. I was asked this question. You know, the artist came in. Shout out to Michael Paris one time.
Shout out to Michael Paris one time for sure. I know he did work with him, both his music dope.
Yeah, right? shout out to him one time. And before we went on air, he asked me, he said, Solo, I want to ask you a question. And, you know, because I felt like maybe he felt comfortable asking me, you know, seeing how long, you know, I'm doing this thing. And he asked me, he said, what do you think about the quality of music that's being produced in St. Martin? And I gave him my answer. Now, I don't want to give my answer. I want you to answer. What do you think about the quality? And it's very important, you know.
Now, I have the perfect answer for it, right? St. Martin music right now is the best it's ever been. The sound of it, everything sounds clear. All the artists, even though everybody different, you listening to soca, you listening to the rap, you listening to the R&B, everybody is really talented. Like the music is like just as good as any island, at any country. I do feel like we, the people of St. Martin, have to force these songs like on your ads and stuff like that. We have to push it. You check. And I feel like a lot of artists as well, we have to continue to like put our stuff out here. Like SoloKween have this show. If you're a local artist and you pull up here, I don't know what you're doing. Like if you don't pull up here, like what you really doing, you check. Like, but the only thing I have to add to that, is the problem in St. Martin right now is not the music. You check. The music is like superb. The artists have to try to find a way to market themselves now. Because if I hear an ad from XYZ, I ain't giving nobody no free ads right now, but if I hear an ad on the radio and I checking like they're using a song from the States, I could pull up to the same person who have the ad and say, yo, I'll come up with a jingle for you. Or you could use my song here, etc. like that, you check. So you have to start to market yourself in a way where you're putting yourself out there. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Let me tell you, a few months back, I made a post on Facebook again about that because they have commercials. A lot of the local business doing commercials and ads and stuff like that, and they using international music. And actually, I didn't make the post. It was about something else. It was shout out to Nikita one time. Fridge, the drummer, he's the one that made that comment and said he find that the local businesses should use more local music for their ads. You know, and I find it's true because and that's the problem. It goes hand in hand.
We have to put ourselves out there because like if I'm making music and I don't come to their show, nobody gonna even find my song to even want to put it in an ad. Check. That's why telling all local artists should come up here because like come up here, go to the other station, just try out. You have to be different. You have to market yourself. You listen to the radio and you hear a local ad using another song, you should go to the ad.
Go to
them and be like, look, are you using another ad? I mean, are you using different music? Or you could use my song. I could even make something for you, put a drop in it. We could do it like this, you check. And that's with everything, even with shows. Like, I was happy I get to see you perform the other day. You kill it. I ain't gonna lie, you kill the performance.
Thank you.
And I was like, wow, I wish I could see more of like my peers performing, you check. I don't know how you went about getting the gig, but I know for sure you probably put yourself in a position where you could get it. And a lot of people think, like, yes, the music is perfect. I'm not going to, like, even when I was on my way up here, you were playing some songs.
You were listening,
I was like, yo,
right? You was listening.
These songs is good. And I actually feel guilty because I didn't know all of them.
You see?
But I could only be responsible for so much because, like, all this music coming out, you have to find a way to get people to listen to it.
Yes.
So that's all I feel. Like, I was happy I could learn some of these new songs, but we have to find a way to put it out there.
That's why when I first was thinking doing this show and thing, and I was like, I didn't care about nothing. All I know, it had to have a day for just local music.
Sure.
And I mainly, that was like one of my first priorities doing it because I am an artist myself. And this is the platform. This is the perfect platform to use to put your stuff out there.
For sure.
You understand? And you never know because we do have people tuning in from all over.
Correct.
We do have people tuning in from all over.
Correct.
And why not use the platform and put it out there?
Correct.
A lot of the like when you say with the ads, if you hear an ad, a business using an ad, you can reach out to them. But sometimes I feel like that has been the problem with some of the artists within ourselves. We don't reach out.
Get a manager, get somebody to do it for you, but you can't have that as an excuse. You know, you have to get a manager, assistant, somebody who's going to go out there. You have to form a team. So my advice to every artist right now is music is just one aspect, right? It's still a business as well. You have to have a manager, somebody who could help you get a booking agent, an assistant to make sure everything goes well.
Correct.
And then you have to really try to get your team to be working. Everybody has to be invested in this brand. Because you a brand, you check, so you have to get everybody to be invested. And that's the way you get to make it. So even if the artists don't feel like comfortable enough, if you have a really dope manager that's just like really friendly, your manager could just go there and talk to them and make things happen. That you don't even have to lead a house, you check? So you have to get a team. You have to get a team and you have to really try to separate yourself from everybody. And then also, like, all the other artists who doing good, I feel like as the mountain music grows, you're going to only get bigger, you check?
Correct.
So, like, if my song starts to do like 100,000 views, people going to be like, what? They're shooting Samantha. Let me see what other Samantha artists going on here. Then they're going to see SoloKween. Then they're going to see this one and this one and this one. And, like, that's how we have to do it. We're not really in competition with each other. We all grinding together. Because I tell you, the sounds here, just on my way up here, and sometimes I'll be on YouTube just looking for different artists, and I'll be like, what? When you were performing, I see, I think Rudy performed with you too, and other people, and I was like, yo, they're dope, you check? So, like, that's how you find new people. The bigger we get, everybody around us going to get. It's not the competition, we're in this together.
G.O.D on my G in the building, folks. It's all about Local Wednesdays. So, I want us to get into the song. So, I want you to introduce this song for the listeners one time. Very, very important.
Let's get it.
Sorry, tell them, talk to them.
So, it's your boy G.O.D Almighty right now with SoloKween, and this is my new single, She Wanna Do It. Let's get it.
So, we got the beat.